What is going on, Governors? Chisgule here, and today we're going to be hanging out with Echo Gaming to answer your questions. That's right, we're going to be here for like an hour, smashing barbs, hanging out, and checking the chat to see kind of what's on your mind. Echo, how you doing, man?
I am chilling right now, bro. So happy to be playing here with you. And I'm telling you what, man, this dual streaming thing, I'm kind of a fan of. I wouldn't mind doing this every single week, to be honest with you, man. It's just a lot of fun, and it's casual. It's like stress free, and it's an educational experience here.
Yeah, I love it. I had a lot of fun last time we did this. The questions were really awesome. So I'm really eager to see kind of what people want to talk about today. And I got a lot of action points to spend. I don't know about you.
Yes, I have a lot of everything to spend, including speed ups, because I was attacked, and I so many troops while I was going out and farming. I'm not happy about it, but you already know this because I already complained about it to you before the stream started. But we're gonna have to speed that up. I need my power back, man. I need that power.
Dude, you got to get those troops back. Yeah, I don't.
It's 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 not right, man. Don't they know who I am while I'm out there? You know,
Yeah, well, no special treatment. No special treatment. It's a
I need
brutal
special
world.
treatment.
It's a brutal world. You just got to power up, man. You got to power up and be the bigger fish.
Yeah, I'm working on it. We're at 7.3 million power. It's not bad for a guy like me who's a casual player. I want to give a quick shout to Ali Babe for throwing me a donation. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming to the stream. First one I've seen you on, so that's pretty awesome. I also want to say what's up to everybody else that made it through. I see Galia, Shockwave Gaming, Clashing Duke, Alexio. We have Christian. We have Michael. Really, a whole bunch of you came through showing some love tonight. So thanks for coming through, guys. And yeah, let's just get into this. Just cool. It's on you. I've been talking too much.
Nice. All right. Well, I've got folks showing up to my stream chat now as well. And I'm just picking out some barbarians to smash. First question is already in from PUBG Mobile Pro. What's a good talent tree for Minamoto? Can you show me so I can screenshot? Sure, we could do that. We could do
You
that.
know what? Just send them to my channel. Just send them on over, man.
send the screenshots over. All right. So I've got my Minamoto in Barbarian smashing mode. So I'm rocking the skill tree to get the top talent here, Feral Nature for Rage Regeneration. And I use him as my rally leader, so I picked up Mighty Force, and when I'm battling Barbarians, I love Trophy Hunter. Love Trophy Hunter. If you're sort of making your way up here, you're leveling up your Minamotos, start with Rejuvenate, then make your way to Feral Nature, and maybe early on pick up Insight for the action point reduction.
I'll tell you, that is good advice.
All right. Now, I've got an event going, Echo. Maybe you've got this event too, Clarion Call.
Let's see. I do have that one going on.
It's all about killing barbarians, and the higher level barbarian you kill, the more points you get. I don't know about you, but I can kill any level barbarian. The hard part's actually finding one worth killing. Ooh, here's a 25. We'll march over there, kill that one.
I have a lot of high-level barbarians by me, man, and that's never the problem.
Ah, man, do it up. Now's the time.
Yeah. And before I do that, I'm going to completely speed up 15 hours of hospital regen because I can't sit here. I can't do it. I'm using them all, everything that I have.
Yeah. Well, gotta have those troops.
We got them all back right now. We just gained, we gained some power just from getting my troops back. It's time to smash some barbs. Now, should I be going against these barbarians with multiple commanders and armies together, or should I be sending them all to different barbarians around the map? What's your advice?
I would send them all together. Right now, I'm just going to send one party to kind of prolong the fun of killing barbarians.
Yes.
So I get like that full hour of goodness of barbarian smashing. And the one army I'm using is Lohar with Cao Cao. I'm basically power leveling my Cao Cao by doing this.
Okay.
And I would probably send a couple armies though, if you're looking to kind of bang it out.
You know it, man. I'm gonna send some of my beast armies in here as well, and it should be some fun. Oh, also, I meant to tell you, I have Boudicca in the shop right now. By the expeditions? The expedition shop.
Dude, when you said Boudicca's in the shop, I was like, she needed a repair, like your car broke down.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay, expedition shop makes way more
sense. I
sense.
like 60 sculptures for her. I think I should do that because I like her a lot.
I mean, I don't hate the plan of getting some Boudicca sculptures. I don't hate the plan. She's a really good commander. Well, here's the thing. We have new commanders coming out in what? Like
10 days, bro. 10
Yeah.
days.
So you could use your currency to get Boudicca, but what if those new commanders show up there? Aren't you going to want to pick them up wherever they're going to show up? So I don't know.
Don't you?
I'm going to
Yeah.
save up a little bit, but if you wanted to spend on Boudicca, she is an exceptional commander, and I've used
Right.
the heck out of her.
Yeah. This game is so foreign to me. I know, Ali Babe, I've been playing it for months, and it's still kind of foreign to me as well, which is why I have Chisgule here to guide me. There's a lot behind this game, pretty deep stuff, but definitely a lot of fun, especially when you get to play with your friends. Yeah, I hear that, Chisgule, but that's kind of putting your eggs in the basket of if something comes and when will Boudicca be back in there. I like to level her up. She's a beast commander.
You know what I like, Echo, is that you and I are on like opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm like, I gotta save all my stuff in case the new thing is good. And you do a
Yeah,
much better job of actually using your resources to get the things that you
I
know are
do.
good. So I
I
mean,
just
look,
use everything.
she's a good commander. Get her. If you
Yes.
want to use her, get her. Do it.
Well, and then I'll have all these things in my arsenal. I'll have like no resources. Something amazing will come in there, and you'll be laughing at me. And that's what'll happen.
Yeah, well, there will be moments where that may happen.
Risk reward, right?
Dude. So let's see here. Make or Break TV says, "Hey Chisgule, I'm City Hall 24. Congratulations. Made 3 farm accounts. Holy moly. I have too much resources, but not enough speed ups." Yeah, well, that with 3 farm accounts, that sounds like a reasonable outcome. Merchant and VIP shop is not doing it for me. What should I do? Gosh, I don't know of other ways to convert your resources into speed ups other than the mysterious merchant. So I think you just got to be patient, and I promise you, you will need all those resources. You will definitely need all those resources.
I would never trade in resources for speed ups. I am actually in the opposite boat. I have more speed ups than resources, but maybe it's unique to me. I don't know.
Yeah?
I mean, what's your position? Do you have a plethora of resources or a plethora of speed ups?
I have a plethora of neither. I've
Oh,
I've used up all my goodies. I need more
you've got nothing.
goodies. Yeah, I'm not actually out. You never want to be actually out of resources or speed ups because that's very dangerous if you get attacked or there's an event that you want to take advantage of. You should never do that. But I am relatively low. And I spent
Okay,
down on this Mighty Governor event. We ended up getting 15th. So we like barely
nice.
made it into the I think it's the 10 to 15 or 11 to 15 range and got 10 Martell
Hmm.
sculptures, which is, pretty good.
No, that is pretty good. Definitely.
All right, let's see here. The next question is, can you show me a good Lohar talent tree? Yes, I can. What do I like to call my Lohar builds, Echo? What?
Is that the Crage? The
Yeah,
Crage
the
build?
Crage tanking.
Crage.
I like the support tree. The short answer is I like the support tree, and there's a talent Rejuvenate that's really insane there. Let me park my Barbarian hunting unit and show you real quick. So, if we take a look at Lohar, and we go to his talents, this is what I'm using. And I had so many extra talent points at this point, I'm just dumping them over here for the stats. But essentially, you want to make your way to Rejuvenate first. You also want to pick up Insight very early, grabbing Quick Study and Trophy Hunter. From there, you want to make your way to Counterattack, and you are in a really solid position with Lohar. Now, when you say you want to make Lohar your main, I think that's a fine choice for hunting Barbarians and not a fine choice for anything else. So, good for that. Don't do it in other places.
Lohar, though, is kind of the man for barbarian farming, correct?
Lohar is exceptional for that's like basically one track mind. That's like the one thing he does very, very well, and that's because his skills are all completely oriented toward that activity.
Right, right. What's up, Jamie? I'm glad you got yourself into the game, but yes, it does take time, and that's why Rise of Civilizations brought on a bunch of us content creators, I believe, to kind of lead you guys down a path of knowledge. You got a whole bunch of us, and in here right now, we obviously have Chisgule, myself, Clashing Duke is in here. You also have Spoopy HD, Clash Bashing, guiding us along the way. Rise of
Dude,
Civilizations.
that's a
You
pretty
got
motley
what?
crew you just called out there.
And that's all. That's not even it. We got Cinchi as well. We got the Gecko on here. I mean, there's a
Holy
lot of
cow!
people. that are kind of leading the path here for content, which is awesome. A lot of good
Nice.
content too. Yeah.
All right, let's see here. More questions are rolling in. I'm so far behind already. How much power does your alliance have? Ooh, Echo, I want you to answer this question too.
You're probably going to beat me out. I looked
We
today.
are.
I did a video today on how to steal my video idea. I know you would. So maybe I'll keep that in my back
Oh yeah,
pocket.
keep it in your pocket, man.
No, I did a video on how to find an alliance as a player because I have everyone always ask me, how do I get an alliance? I have like 400,000 power. How do I get an alliance? So I put a video together on that. And I, in that, looked at my alliance, and I'm in the, actually, we went down a little bit. I was
Uh-oh.
in the fourth. I'm in now the fifth best alliance in my kingdom,
All
which
right.
is Frostfangs, and we have 725 million power. The number one has one, I guess, billion, right?
Yeah, baby. I
Yeah,
mean,
I guess that's what you're sitting around, huh?
that well, we got about 1.4 billion. No big deal.
Jeez, that's higher than our top one in
I
our
mean,
kingdom
it's
here.
up there. I saved up a bunch of gifts here. I have all the chests that people purchased since reset. So we'll just sort of blaze through those and kind of see what we get. I don't see any
Nice.
gold chests here, which is where like the really big goodies come from, but we got a not small amount of spenders. We have a level 20 treasure of blue crystal. Level 20, Echo. That's pretty
Wow, that's
epic.
crazy.
Yeah, so we're going to
I want
crank
to.
that thing open. Let's see what we get here.
I never get anything good out of those on my side of things.
Yeah, I mean, it gets slowly better and better over time. So my theory is that
Mhm.
it's going to get pretty busted good when, we've all been playing the game for 1 or 2 or 3 years. Like, I just can't even imagine how good those alliance chests are. But, we got 3 tokens for 375,000 stone, 2 8-hour speed ups, a 24-hour enhanced defense token, a book of or
Okay,
10 books of the covenant. Yeah, we got some goodies.
that is nice. I'm just gonna sit here and pick up my expedition rewards right now, and I don't think I have. No, I don't. I have some gems. I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't have anything exciting like you, man. Um,
Well,
yeah,
not to rub it in, but I did save up one more thing to open here.
you are.
So, so one of the things that the king can do and should do is distribute chests with treasure every week. And there's
Okay.
1 legendary, 2 epic, 5 blue, and 10 green chests. And I handed off the alliance to one of my other officers just to like hold on to for a minute while I did some other things and like slept for the night so that they could like
What?
run operations. Dude, it it is a 24/7 operation being king. It never stops. Not
I
on my
believe it.
kingdom anyways. And
I believe it.
he awarded me one of the epic trophies. Now, I very much appreciate that. I actually prefer to use the trophies for diplomatic purposes, offering them to other alliances and allowing the alliances within the Lost Temple area to reward their members by selecting people to receive them.
Hmm.
However, I have an epic chest. Let's see here, an epic trophy, and we're just gonna open this thing and see what the heck is inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
What
pumped.
is inside of there?
What is inside?
So you're flexing all your goodies now, man.
I saved it for this purpose. Wow, it's
Hmm.
not bad. 800 gems, 40
Okay,
30-minute speed ups. That's pretty sweet. A
that is.
territorial teleport, 1.5 million wood, and a peace shield. Cool. Epic trophy.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Are you saving up your gold keys for when the new commanders come out and your silver keys?
Um, no, I actually just did an opening. Well, I guess a few days ago.
All right.
So no, I haven't been. But I mean, no, I haven't been. I'm confident I'll have enough keys for when they do come out.
Nice. Yeah, I,
Yeah.
I hear you on that. Let's
Again,
see.
I don't save stuff well like
You're
that, man.
you're a good spender. We're like I said, we're opposite ends of the spectrum. So
I like to
let's
shop, man.
let's see. Are we ever going to be able to switch kingdoms after City Hall 8? I don't know of a way to do that now, and I hope that in the future there will be a way.
I hope so too.
Do I think it'd be really cool to be able to switch to be able to play with your friends? Yes. Do I think it would be a really big problem for someone who started on a kingdom that's like 2 months older to show up on your kingdom? Yes. I think that's probably not healthy.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the solution is, but good news is I don't have to solve it, but when it is solved, I'll be eager to share that with you. I
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Now, my question is, this is not an original for this type of game. Like, there's other games out there that are like this game.
Hmm.
What's it like in those games? Are they able to switch kingdoms, or are they, or you don't know? Have you never experienced any of them?
Um, the last mobile game I played was Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Had a lot of fun with that. And they had an arena system that was basically the same sort of thing we have going on here, where you've got
Right.
the equivalent of a kingdom and there was no way to switch. The thing that they did that was kind of interesting is that you were like, guild was a bunch of people who were across many kingdoms,
Okay.
which was like interesting. So you ultimately, like, if you spent a lot of money, you could play with other people who had more powerful accounts. But when you competed for rewards every day, it was against people who all started at the same time. So I don't know. There's ways around it, but I don't know how they're going to solve it here because you're in like a physical space with a group of people who all started at the same time as you, and there's no like entering a place where you can't be attacked, right? So if you can always be attacked, it's just not fair for someone to show up who's way stronger and has had more time.
Yeah, that completely makes sense. But it would be your choice to go there. Much love to Ali Babe for throwing another donation on the stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Dude, congrats on those donations. I added a little widget that I hope is working. Most recent super chats. It's Spooby from my last stream, so we'll see if that updates. It's supposed to. Uh, but I learned when I was setting that up that apparently I'm using a very old version of OBS, so I gotta update that too. Ay, ay,
I
ay.
don't love the those types of things. I have a manual ticker. So
Mm,
on mine, I have a notification come through that a donation came through, but then I actually manually write it onto my ticker. It's just me being OCD. It's really what it comes down to. I don't want the ticker to be out of order because it doesn't order it based on donation amount or anything. Just kind of throws it in there. So
yeah, I may have to get a look at that. Let's see. Is Sun Tzu good as a secondary or primary commander? So Sun Tzu is good in both situations. I personally leveled up the skills on Sun Tzu as a garrison defense commander. So if I have to, I can defend a structure. Let's see here. The talents that are available on Sun Tzu, I think the skill tree is really good. So
mhm.
in that context, you could have them as a primary for PvP. Similarly, if you had full infantry, you could use that for PvP. I also love the garrison tree if you're defending your city. A lot of different contexts here. The only context I wouldn't use them as a primary is against barbarians, and that is because you really should be using a peacekeeper, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Knowledge.
knowledge. So this next question, I think, is kind of more of a statement. Tell them to
Yeah.
lower the times after City Hall 23. 10 months for certain things is ridiculous. People are going to go to 22 to 23 and quit. Yeah, so I think the key to this game is speed ups, and the good news is there's a lot of ways to get speed ups, and there's even free to
Mhm,
play ways to get speed ups.
mhm.
So that is kind of where I would be hunting.
So, what is the best free to play way to grab speed ups?
You know, the very best way is to save up your action point potions for
Mhm.
the situation in which you have a couple events aligned together. So recently, it was the alignment of Mighty Governor with Clarion. Not when it's not Clarion Call. It was the Cleopatra event with the Lohar event. So I was getting supply boxes, I was getting Lohar necklaces, and I was getting credit for Mighty Governor Barbarian killing. This was like the dream. So
Mhm.
save for moments like that, and those chests, and those necklaces for Lohar have a lot of
Yeah.
goodies in them that you want, including speed ups. More importantly, they also have arrows of resistance. And not to drop too much knowledge on one question, but you need 5,000 arrows of resistance just to go from level 24 to 25 for your watchtower, which is,
Wow.
yeah, dude.
I need 500 right now, and I thought that was a lot.
Nope.
Oh, I
Nope, you're
actually
just getting
have them.
started.
I could actually do that. That's
You should
cool.
level your watchtower. That is a powerful building.
I will. I just never had enough arrows. I would always do it when I had it. Like it's yeah, it's time to do it. It's time to do it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that may be the next thing that I do actually. which I'm going to probably do on this stream because I'm going to speed something up. Because
I
why
mean,
not?
dude, you should be speeding stuff up. That's the game. So
I
next
will.
question. What will be a good approach against a rank 1 alliance which has a majority of whales, but their whales are big trash talkers against us, and they're in rank 3 through 8 alliances? So your best bet, and this is a tough situation, if they're good players, you're in trouble. If they know how to play the game and they're good players and they play well, you're in trouble. Your best bet is to get them into situations where they're at a disadvantage and they shouldn't be doing attacks, but they are anyways because they are overconfident. So a couple examples of situations where you might benefit like that is if they are attacking people's cities and you have garrison commanders in place, right? If they're like threatening to zero people and they show up and you actually have a proper defense with a bunch of people defending the city and reinforcing it, that could go well or go really poorly depending on how far behind you are. Defending structures that give you an advantage, like for instance, a flag, is kind of interesting because you have 50% casualties and they have 100% casualties. You need to try to create situations where you have the edge and they shouldn't be attacking, but because they're overconfident, they do anyways. Let's see.
I have a question in my chat as well that I've been holding. It's
Mm.
from Minamoto. I use Ulji as my primary on Garrison level 40 and level 20 Sun Tzu as a secondary, but I used Boundless to unlock access to all skills. Is that a good idea?
Dude, I was so distracted. I just got $100 donation from Ankit. Thanks so much.
Yes,
Wow.
congratulations. Type right
Dude,
there.
that's like my first big donation. Dude, thank you.
Well deserved, man.
I'm like, I got a big smile. Okay, sorry. Echo.
Shall I repeat the question?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Good for
Well,
you, man.
now we get to see if my little widget updates, and if not, I'm gonna have to go fix that. All right.
It's not going to. That's my bet. The
Yeah, I
question.
think you're right.
I use Ulji as my primary on Garrison and level
Okay.
20 Sun Tzu as a secondary, but I use bundles to unlock access to all skills. Is that a good idea?
Bundles to unlock access to all skills. I don't know what that means. Oh. Okay, I think I get it. So what this person is saying is, should I use the special star sculptures to unlock multiple skills on a commander without leveling them up a lot? And if they're the secondary commander, I think that's a totally fine choice.
Okay.
In fact, that's something that Echo, I think you and I did on your channel, or we tried to, but you had Echo luck and it didn't work out.
Yeah, I tend to have that often.
So the strategy here, let me see, is to use a combination of the bundles of sculptures and the blessed sculptures to give you, I think with the bundles, it's 800 experience and 5 luck, and the blessed, it's 400 experience and 20% luck, to give you like the maximum expected amount of experience. And you could tone down a little bit the number of bundles and elevate the number of blessed to increase your crit chance, to try to jump up and unlock all 4 skills without leveling them up to 30, which I think is totally fine if they're the secondary commander, and there's no reason not to. The only reason not to, let's just see what the second and third skills are. Yeah, I guess I don't particularly like the second skill more than the third skill more than the fourth skill. So, yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
I think that's totally fine.
It's fine. There's the answer. Simple. It's fine.
All right, tons more questions rolling in. Go AoE with Richard I and fight 2 or 3 barbarians at once. Interestingly, it's not going to aggro the barbarians. It's only going to, well, I'll show you what happens, actually. I'll send my guy back to town and pull him out. Right now, I don't need any more experience on Richard. Hashtag humble brag. I leveled him up to 60 in preparation for a war. I panicked.
I don't even have the man yet.
Dude.
I will get him.
The
next time that there's that wheel, I'm going to get him.
Dude, you gotta get him.
I will. I'll make it happen.
Nice. Well, it looks like I do have a donation ticker going. That's a thing I set up.
Good.
Yeah, it didn't show up as the same amount that it showed up in the YouTube
okay.
chat thingy, so I don't know. We'll see.
Something's working though.
Something's working. Oh, it's 100 rupees. That's hilarious.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that's awesome. It's
You got
working.
tricked by the rupee.
Hey, dude, I got a donation. That's the coolest thing in the world to me. I'm new to this. So like, that's my second donation ever.
You know what, man? For people to actually go in their pockets and donate us money just for us playing video games and giving advice is awesome, no matter what the
I mean,
amount.
I feel like I'm living the dream.
Yeah,
I don't know
you are
about
living
you.
the dream, man. Really. I mean, this is living the dream right now.
So I actually had my mysterious merchant just show up. So I'm gonna go spend at her. What I like to
Okay, cool.
buy is the stuff that's 90% off. So we're gonna pick up some wood, and I also buy almost everything that is available for resources in this
Yes,
top
me
row.
too.
Totally worth it because it's always less resources than you would have done otherwise. So we'll pick those
Mhm.
up. And honestly, I need resources for so much stuff right now. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna hang on to all my other resources. I don't pick up any of the speed ups, even though I'm going to in the long term need a lot of them. I don't need them now. What I need is more resources at a cheap price. So 90% off for resources. I'll pick those up. And there we go. Actually, I should check one more thing. Let's see. You
I have
always
a question that came through here while you're looking at resources.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
what commanders go well with Caesar using him as a primary or as a secondary?
Ooh, so what commanders go well with Caesar? I actually think I might do a Caesar or a Frederick guide tomorrow. I'm not sure which of those
Okay.
I want to do, but um, what I think is interesting about Caesar is the fourth skill that he's got, which increases the troop capacity. So I really like the idea of pairing Caesar with another commander that increases the troop capacity, and then also using an army expansion to have like
Okay.
way more troops than your enemies do on the battlefield. I really like that plan. So I like pairing with commanders like, for instance, um, Frederick, or with, I mean, most of us don't have Barca, myself included, but he'd be really good. Scipio is
Mhm.
really excellent, again, for increasing that troop capacity. And I guess it depends if you're doing more open field combat or
Right.
you're doing more city sieging. And honestly, like, most players should not be attacking cities. Like, that is not going to go well unless you're doing a rally and, like, I don't know, are you the alpha of your alliance who's leading the rally? So a lot of people like to invest in commanders like Caesar because the idea that you might attack a city sounds cool, but if that's not a thing you're doing, I don't know, I might pick another commander to focus on.
Why would people attack cities? Is it strictly to bully people, or can you get so if let's say I find a city that is lower level than me, I could definitely win the battle. I attack them, I get all their loot, so it's another way of farming the game. Is that correct, or am I off base there?
Um, you do
You
get
could,
loot, and I
right?
I did a not small amount of looting, but the problem is that you're gonna have troops die. And
Yeah.
so when you have troops die, you're actually typically net losing in that exchange. Unless you're doing like a proper rally, you're probably net losing. So let me give well, I didn't save the report. I did something earlier today that was really questionable. I joined a rally. It was not as much as I would have liked in terms of the number of troops attacking, and I
Hmm.
lost 7,000 troops. And I only got 2 million resources out of the deal.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
that cost me more than I gained. Now, it happened to be during Mighty Governor, and that happened to be the difference between my getting an additional 5 sculptures of, uh, what's his name? Charles Martel. So, like,
So it was worth it in the end.
it was worth it in the end, but was not necessarily the most optimal thing to have done. So let's see here.
Yeah.
I'm going to do an attack with... This combination makes no sense, but I'm just going to try to showcase the AoE not aggroing another unit, and then I'm going to use Minamoto with
Okay.
Richard the First. We're just going to give that a shot. In the meantime, ooh, I got a $10 donation. Sweet, thank you for that. Oh, and it looks like, let me make sure.
Hype,
From
hype.
Ish, yo, how's it going? Hey, what's going on?
Look at you, man. Say goodbye to the day job, Chisgule. It's about time doing YouTube full time.
I honestly, YouTube full
Mm-hmm.
time and entertainer, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in.
I hear
So
you, man.
let's see. Let's pick up a few more questions here if I can. There's so many flowing through. Should I build Lohar as a barbarian smasher or rage generator? Both. Start with the rage generation and then move into the barbarian stuff. Question: how much power does your alliance have? 1.4 billion power. I feel like what's his face on Austin Powers? I gotta get the pinky going.
Oh God, what is his name? Doctor Evil?
I'm like
That-
actually super embarrassed to not know right now. Also, my
I think it's
barbarians
Doctor Evil.
all moved out
Yeah.
of place. That didn't work at all. Doctor Evil. That sounds right.
An Easy Gamer asks if I can make a Clash of Clans video later. I made a Clash of Clans video before the stream, ready to go tomorrow. I will never miss an upload for Clash of Clans and Rise of Civilizations. They're out every day. There is no need to worry.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fret. We don't miss.
Okay. Question: if you're going for full infantry army, what commander do you prefer? But the Richard the First is out of the question. So if I was going full infantry, and Richard the First is out of the question. I wish I could sort by infantry commanders. Let's see. I mean, you don't. Your choices would be Ulji Mundak or Sun Tzu, and I think between them, they're both great. They're both really great, and they both have the exact same tree. Oh no, they don't have the same trees. Ulji has the attack tree, whereas Sun Tzu has the skill tree. I don't know. I personally might go for Ulji Mundak, and I might pair him with Scipio, and I would try to make like a really tanky open field army. That might be the route I would go.
I got Chady asking if I have a Frederick video, and no, I don't, because I don't have Frederick yet. Or maybe I do. Do I have a Frederick video?
I don't know that you do. Frederick is
I
kind of a
don't.
weird commander. That's why I kind of want to
No.
make a video about him, because he's interesting, right? Like he doesn't have a big skill damage attack
Mhm.
like other legendary commanders do, but he makes it so that a bunch of your attacks do additional damage factor, which I think could be really interesting if there's a way to exploit that. And we'll probably talk about that tomorrow morning on my channel.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, Mad Hatter, thanks for the $5 donation. Watch your channel all the time. Keep up the great work. Thank you. I will.
There you go, brother. There you go. Achilles, no Clash stream tonight. We're just doing Rise of Civilization streaming tonight. Clash video tomorrow. And last night's Clash stream will go live on my channel. Actually, it just did go live on the channel 7 minutes ago. So if you missed last night's, you can see it now.
Nice.
Yes.
Dude, I'm trying to get a bunch of barbarians together, but not having the most luck. I'm just gonna piss off a bunch of barbarians at the same time. That's how I should do this.
Why not?
Let's fight two 25s and a 24 at the same time. I've never done this
boy.
before.
Yeah, be careful, man.
I guess this doesn't showcase the thing that I wanted to showcase, which was how Richard the First's AoE doesn't aggro the other guys nearby, because I just went and pissed them all off. Don't try this at home, kids. This was not a good plan. This was not well conceived at all.
Bad
my
idea.
God. No, this was a bad idea. But like, look at this. I'm just like destroying this. Like it's nothing. Like it's
You're a
nothing.
boss, man.
Well,
I have another question from Minamoto right now. Minamoto or Pelias paired with Frederick would be a good pair for overtime damage, wouldn't it?
Minamoto and Frederick would be awesome for skill overtime damage.
He
Or
said
damage over time.
Pelagius, though.
Pelagius? I think Pelagius would also be fine. Oh, which of the two? Frederick or Minamoto? Is that the question?
He said basically Minamoto or
Pelagius.
Thank you.
I kind of wondered if it's like Pelagius or like how to pronounce it. You know what's funny, Echo? I discovered this like history channel, and it's this like dude who's super casual, and he just talks about history. And that's how I learned how to pronounce Boudicca's name, was from this guy's channel. Yeah. But I kind of
one that I don't pronounce wrong, but many of the others I do.
I honestly kind of want to reach out to this guy and ask if he wants to like make a video where he explains how to pronounce all of the characters in Rise of Civilizations. I might do that. I don't know
That'd
if you
be awesome.
wouldn't that be cool? Like I
That
honestly,
would be cool.
I need a pronunciation guide. I am like constantly butchering this
Guide
stuff.
for all the commanders in Rise of Civilizations. That's a great idea.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
I like it.
All right, let's see more questions. Goat, will you be my dad? You know, I don't even know how to answer that question. Next question.
Yes.
Full T4
Yes, you
easy
will.
win. It's true. I have a lot of T4 going on. Tell him 20,000. All right, I don't know what that's in reference to. Chisgoat. Oh God, it's becoming a thing. Everybody's saying Chisgoat.
Chisgoat, huh?
What city hall do they let us get a free civilization swap? I believe at 10. Oh, look, and everybody answered that too.
Achilles, is it worth playing Rise of Civilizations? Is it as good as Clash? Although everyone seems to think it looks like Clash, it is very different than Clash of Clans. Extremely different. I wouldn't even call it the same game genre besides being strategy. It's a grinding kind of game. Takes a lot of time.
It's true.
But it's a great game, and it's different enough from Clash so you don't feel like you're playing the same thing. So if you have time in your hands and you're looking to pick up something new, I enjoy this one. I mean, clearly, I put out videos every day on it.
Dude, yeah, I love playing this game. And the grind, I mean, like, it's real, but I also find it, like, fun and relaxing. Like, I actually enjoy killing barbarians, which might sound really weird. I don't
That's
know.
all I do, man. I love it too. Doesn't sound weird at all to me.
I'm really pumped for Alliance Battlegrounds, which I think is going to have a lot of intense strategy and open field combat. And I sincerely hope it creates a situation where there's no losses. There's no troop deaths. So we get to experience all of the tactical combat and enjoy using our commanders in that way without loss, I think is really exciting. Also, Tice, thanks for the £5 donation. Dude, thanks for the info. Cheers. You're very welcome.
There you go, homie. I'm actually going to do my watchtower right now, man. As per your recommendation, only getting it to level 16 now, and I am a city hall level 22. It's just never been having enough of those arrows of resistance. But we have them now, 18 hours, 5 minutes. We're going to get some help from the Alliance right now and get that rolling.
Dude,
Exciting
you got to do it. Oh,
doing it, man. Doing it.
All right, so I think one of my Alliance members is here and just became a member of my channel. B, what's going on? That's sweet. So B is one of our alphas. Wait a minute. He should be a rank 4 officer. What's going on here? What happened?
Did you strip him of his rank?
I think actually for Mighty Governor, he went out and did some hunting. So
that's funny.
I mean, yeah. There we go. Yeah, B is one of our alphas. You may have seen him recently in the war videos. He was really holding it down, making sure that we could accomplish the things we needed to accomplish. And like, honestly, without the strategic execution of those alphas, it's a precarious thing when you're battling enemies that have T5. T5 is scary, Echo. T5 is very scary. Have you actually had to battle T5?
No, not even close, man.
Yeah. T5 is really scary. Like, you bring your full army and they're at like half strength and you feeling really mighty hitting them. And then you realize that even at half strength, when they're at half strength, you're losing more than they are. And it's like, what is happening? And it's not just the T5, by the way, that creates that situation. It's the fact that they have so much more tech than you do. And I like did not understand just how insane tech is in this game. But if you go in to, let's see here, I'm going to go into my academy and I'm going to go into my military tech. And if you look at just like combat tactics, which was one of the earlier things that you can research, and I push the info button, it shows you at the top end that like you can score an additional 15% attack at the top end with that one technology alone. Right? So if they've got like 15% attack and health and defense, and then they have all of the individual like unit type things maxed out, which is another 20% attack and 20% defense, and then they have combined arms, for instance, and that's another 25%. I mean, like, oh my gosh, it's too much. It's so much power. It's so much power.
What should someone do to get more arrows of resistance when they run besides, I guess, picking them up in the shop and the V shop and all that? Is there a different way of doing it? Farming
Yeah.
barbarians gets you them. What's the best way?
Best way to get arrows of resistance, and I spent an unbelievable amount of action point potions doing this, is during events like the Cleopatra event. Actually, that one's just okay. Cleopatra event's just okay. The best event is the Lohar event, actually.
Okay.
So get the alignment of like the Cleopatra event, the Lohar event, and then spend literally like 5 hours farming barbarians. I hit
Wow.
yeah, I did not discriminate the level of barbarian. I hit literally every single barbarian in my path because the
Mhm.
problem was time. I had saved up action point potions for like way too long. And actually, let me tell you, it's a real feel bad when you're in a war and you have a whole bunch of action point potions and I'm looking at my city wall, not my wall, my watchtower, going, man, I only needed 500 more arrows of resistance. That could have been a higher level watchtower. And like
Yeah.
my city was actually attacked. It was super relevant. So, yeah, I would. That's when I would recommend doing it. Is when the
All right.
Lohar event hits and
Cool.
there's something else.
Thank you. And for everyone, I have a couple people asking where they can download Rise of in the description of the actually it's not in the description. I'm going to put it in the description of this. I have some links that you guys can download that actually tell the developers that I am actually making content and civilizations to start this game. I personally started with Germany, but I've been thinking of switching. And that's something I wanted to talk to Chisgule
Mm,
about today in a few moments because I don't think me using Germany is the best for me. Um, Chisco, I actually think I should be switching over to Spain after this whole event goes on and we get the new the new civilizations, and I take a look at them. Spain gives you 20% more production on resources, and you know how I play. Very casual,
hmm
farm barbarians, go resource hunting. That's probably more up my alley. Do you agree with this, or am I off base?
Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say. In less than 2 weeks, we're getting new
Yes.
civilizations. We don't know what they're going to do.
Right.
So for your average player who can wait, I would not switch.
Right.
If Echo, you wanted to switch between now and then, because maybe you have a resource token, or not a resource token, a civ change token from when they gave those out for when they
Hmm.
changed the civilization bonuses, you could go to Spain, and that is a good thing if you are hunting lots of barbarians. Now,
Hmm.
there's some disadvantages to using Spain as a civilization. Primarily, they are focused on cavalry, and that's at the detriment of being good at other things. So they get cavalry defense of 5%, and their special unit is a cavalry unit, which is pretty cool. But let me give you an example. Well, you said you're Germany.
I
Germany
am
has the
Germany.
same problem where they have 5% cavalry attack, and they have the Teutonic Knight, which is the special unit. Um, so I use Japan, and that's because I spend a lot of time resource farming, but I get 3% troop attack to all of my different troop types. So that's kind of like getting 12 percentage points of stats when you think about it,
Hmm. Yeah.
whereas Spain is only giving you 5 percentage points.
But for someone that's looking, see, my problem is I can't. So, and it's kind of funny, but I don't have good service where I work. So I can't send out people hunting
Hmm.
for resources all day long. I can't just log in and send out a bunch. So I was thinking actually being able to produce more with that 20% buff would be more useful to me just because of my situation. And what's up, T Rex, Bad Speller, and Shivang? Thank you guys for coming through to the stream. I appreciate it.
Nice.
So I mean, am I on the wrong track? I mean, what would you do? You know pretty well I am.
Yeah, I know how you
What would be your
play.
recommendation?
All
Yeah,
right, all right.
exactly.
I know how you play. So let's see. Rome gives you infantry defense, food gathering speed, and march speed. So the funny thing is, I might almost recommend Rome for you because, like, do you not like walking around the map, getting from point A to point B?
Well, I mean, I go and resource farm and go after barbarians, but that's particularly all.
Okay, all right. So Rome is one of my favorite civilizations because, like, look, moving quickly on the battlefield is a really big deal. Um,
Yeah.
you're moving away from Germany, and I think that's because if you're at work all day long and you can't actually spend down your action points, that action
Right.
point recovery is not doing a whole heck of a lot for you
And that's what I have with which civilization?
with Germany.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, now when I was starting the game, I'm like, that's great. I could just go out and attack all day. Then I realized that I wasn't able to do that. So the
Hmm.
action point recovery is not a buff that I'm actually taking advantage of. And I have so many action point recovery potions, it's not even worth it. My
Yeah.
problem is resources.
Hmm. And so gathering speed is not going to do a whole heck of a lot for you if you can't look at it during the day either, because like
I'll
I don't
gather
know.
quicker, but then they'll just sit there stagnant because I can't get them gathering again.
Yeah. So I see why you're interested in production because
Exactly.
that's going to
Yeah.
run 24/7. Yeah, I guess I could get behind that plan. And like honestly, so when you spend your action points, are you always doing barbarians or do you sometimes do forts?
I only have used them for barbarian farming.
Okay, so in that case, Spain is a lot more interesting because barbarian forts don't actually give experience; they give experience tomes.
Okay.
So I actually kind of like for you Spain. I think that's a solid choice. Um,
Yeah.
your
It was actually
average,
recommended to me by Spooby, to be honest with you.
it's
I
a good
guess he,
recommendation. We're in alignment.
yeah,
See, and that was the test. You didn't tell me who gave the recommendation, and we arrived at the same place. That's good.
yeah, exactly. Well, it makes sense. And just, I mean, and not everyone has my same situation. So Spain is probably not the best for most people, but people that would have a similar situation to myself,
Yep.
it may make more sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're always hunting barbarians, it's a good plan.
Yeah.
Um,
But I am going to wait until I see what the other civilizations bring.
good.
And I actually have a few tokens to switch civilizations. So I may mess with them a little bit just to make some content for people. We're going to have to see how that all plays out. But
Yeah, I'm
it's
excited to
exciting.
see like what bonuses they
Yeah.
come up with. P.S. Echo apparently we're co-parents of Josh Lesson.
Co-parent.
Yes, he claims that we're his co-parents.
That's fine. I'm always here to look out for others.
Let's see. Alwyn is asking, "Hey Chisgule, my Minamoto all skills awaken. What's the best talent tree for him for PvP to win? Plus faster catching up to the enemy. Thanks in advance." So for PvP, there's a couple ways you could go. I would use a combination of the skill tree and the cavalry tree. If you wanted to be, and this depends a bit on the level of your Minamoto as well, but I would focus if you can run full cavalry on probably doing the cavalry talents. Let me just pull those up real quick. Do the cavalry talents, making sure to pick up this one over here for march speed, and this one over here for march speed, and then this one over here
Mhm.
as well for march speed. You could go all the way to the top to rallying cry, which I think is actually better than I estimated it would be in some of my videos. I also really like picking up rejuvenate because the rage regeneration is super crucial. And you could also put 1 point over here for the 3% march speed. I think that's pretty solid. When I run Minamoto in full PvP, I experiment with a combination of the skill tree and the cavalry tree. And theoretically, there's some combination of these trees, including peacekeeping, that gives you like the theoretical max movement speed. But I don't know. I don't want to sacrifice power too much for speed. So those would be my
Yeah,
recommendations.
I agree with that. I want to say what's up to Lord Neptune and Ozrek. How you guys doing? Thank you for coming through. And I want to tell you, Chiscool, that I did finish the Clarion call.
Ooh, you got the
Done.
top chest from that?
We got the top chest. Alliance rank number 2, my rank 318.
Nice. Let's see.
Not
I'm
so bad.
rank 76, our alliance rank number 1. Oh yeah.
Wow. Well, would you look at that, wouldn't you?
Nice. Body Bags says, "Hey, what's going on, Chisgule? Let's see. Why did Rock pause the update on the 15th?" I mean, I think they really want to get it right, and I would so much rather they get it right as well. So if they think
Hmm.
they need more time, take it. Take it and get it right, in my opinion.
What's the best alliance to start the game out with for someone that is just looking to farm and gather?
The best alliance to start the game in? I mean, you really kind of want to be in the strongest alliance you can make your way into.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong question. Sorry,
Civilization.
Chiscool.
Okay.
Civilization, yeah.
Yeah. So I would start with Britain in order to get Boudicca as your starting commander.
Okay.
And I would use the heck out of Boudicca, and then at 10, I would swap to a different civilization based on your playstyle. That's what I
Hmm.
would do. And I've
Another question I have personally is if I switch from Germany, that special troop that I have, I no longer have. What goes on with that?
all of your special troops of that type become the normal, and then whatever the new special troop type is that you have, your troop of that type will convert over.
Okay, and what does that look like for Spain? What's my special troop?
Cavalry. So you're going from one cavalry unit to another.
So there's really no difference.
Yeah. No, for you, there's not much of a difference. I think
Conquistador and the knight. It's the same thing.
is it. Yeah, their stats are slightly different, but materially, it's about the same. I think one
Okay,
has more
so
attack
it's
and one has more defense.
all right. So it's not really worth worrying about.
No, not at all. Um,
Gotcha.
what can you do with an unskilled Richard the First? Yes, Ink has a pretty good answer there, which is skill him. I would try to get him to the first skill to 5, and I used him as 5111, and he was amazing, like slam dunk, excellent. Let's see. Are there giveaways? Not currently doing giveaways, although I don't know. That sounds kind of fun. You ever done a giveaway, Echo?
I've done giveaways before. I always love doing giveaways. So if you'd want to do a giveaway, bro, I would love to set something up
Nice.
together.
That'd be
Oops, I
fun.
just accidentally skilled up Herman, hit the wrong button. Well, looks like I have 4 more talents to do for Herman since I just did
dropped
that.
a bunch of experience tomes on him.
Yeah, should I do the clarity for Herman? Is that going the right route? What's up, Braden? What's up, Corrupt? How you doing, man?
Yeah, you're in the skill tree, and you're
Yeah, so I want to get feral nature. Is that correct? That's what we're working our way towards.
yeah, you're working your way towards feral nature. That's
All
right.
right, so we're gonna actually
So
do this right here.
clarity is the good
And
stopping point.
how do I get to feral nature? I have to go over here, I guess.
Yeah, you got to go into the middle.
Into the middle.
I
Okay.
remember we
Cool.
did your skill tree on or your talent tree on Herman. I don't know, it was like a week ago, right? I think it
Was it a week
was.
ago? We did do. You know what, man? I may go a little bit further with him here.
Time flies when you're having a good time here.
Listen, we have a blast over here, man.
Is it worth restarting to do a jumper account to get Richard or Isong Ye? Is it worth restarting for one of those commanders? I don't think that's reason enough to restart. I think if you have a lot of other compelling reasons to restart, then you would consider it. And one of the benefits would be that you might get them, but I don't think that's a reason enough. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do have a lot of mail that came in. I'm not going to open my personal mail because that could get weird.
That could get
Especially
weird.
like someone is requesting to show the mail. Like, come on. I will look at it later, though, I promise.
I just got my first. I take that back. But Herman is now a 5-star general, level 40, with more talents. I'm just spending them on him because I'm trying to get to that feral nature, and I can finally get to feral nature and drop 2 points into it. I just had to do it, Chisgule. I had to spend stuff. You know
Dude,
me, man.
I know you. Feral nature is excellent. And if you have a commander that has feral nature, and especially if it's like a peacekeeper like Boudicca, I actually would consider using them instead of Lohar for the Krage tanking madness. Cryptic Gamer asking, what's a good build for Sun Tzu? I would go Skill Tree. And the reason I would go Skill Tree is because Sun Tzu is already restoring rage. So building that engine even further is really, really strong. Hi, I'm the leader of R2N Kingdom Champa. Could you take a visit, please? I don't know that I quite understand where I would be visiting.
Kingdom Champa, man.
What? Oh, Kingdom Champa? Maybe that's like a continent name? No, it's I guess it's a kingdom name. But without the number, it'd be really hard to figure that out. Ish. In other games, you can switch kingdoms, but only with those of the same age or close to it. Yeah. So there's continents in this game. It's very conceivable you could switch to another kingdom within the continent. Let's see. How about the Garrison? Good Garrison build? I mean, I'll show you a monster Garrison build. Oh, my Sun Tzu. Or not Sun Tzu, Richard the First. I mean, I basically picked up every single talent in the Garrison tree. They're all amazing for doing that one thing, which is Garrison defense. But if they have the skills tree, I would just make my way to Rejuvenate after you pick up all of those awesome talents in the Garrison tree. Is El Cid a good commander? El Cid is kind of interesting. I don't think he's in the meta right now because everybody's running around with a lot of stuff that counters it. But I think El Cid is a pretty good commander. So archers are countered by cavalry. Cavalry is really popular because you can buy your way into Minamoto. And we're only just getting to a point where maybe people are starting to counter cavalry with infantry units. Can Charles Martel go with Scipio? Totally. I think that's fine. Everyone, do you have to join an old server once you get Richard or Yi Sung Ye, or can you still go back to a previous server? Okay, so the way it works with a jumper account now is that you would have to start in a young kingdom, I think kingdom like 31 or less. You'd have to do a bunch of stuff to get gold keys, spend all the gold keys. Hopefully you get 10 sculptures of Yi Sung Ye or Richard I. And now your beginner teleports only go to kingdoms that are 10 days old or less. So from that point forward, you got to go to new kingdoms for all your future jumps.
Yes.
What's going on, Jamie McDonough? John says, thank you for answering your question. No problem. Minamoto skills. Skills on Minamoto are kind of interesting. You can only get them from the VIP shop. Not VIP shop, sorry. The VIP special privilege chests. That's the only way to get the sculptures. I actually was a little confused at first. I figured I could use some of my generic, like universal sculptures, but you can't. All right, what's the best way to farm barbarians? I typically send 3 armies and I use peacekeepers. It's all about using peacekeepers. Why is it about peacekeepers? Because if you get these talents, which I currently don't have on my... Oh gosh, this Cao Cao. This is when I had Cao Cao rallying forts. So this build is terrible. Hold on. Let me show you my Minamoto. That was so bad. So you really want to have insight for action point cost reduction. You really want to have quick study for an additional 15% experience. And you really want to have trophy hunter for 15 resource packs for every barbarian you slay. Crucial. All right, let's see. More requests to look at my mail. That is not quite a thing I'm going to do right now. Cao Cao does not host the game. How is the talent better? So I don't quite understand that question, but I will say this. Cao Cao is really interesting because he's got the mobility tree instead of the skill tree. And so Cao Cao is really good for going very, very fast for small open field skirmishes, particularly during the Mighty Governor event when people are hunting your farm units. Like, there's really no better way to go around smashing than with a mobility commander as the primary. And that is largely because they have hasty departure. And hasty departure makes it so they go, I believe, 60% faster when they leave a structure, and a resource node counts as a structure. I suppose you could also use a support commander for that. It'd be a little unconventional, but you could. Let's see.
It's not just one way. There's just some best ways, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there are other ways, but the person who has that particular talent will be the fastest on the battlefield, and they play correctly, they will be basically uncatchable unless you two have that talent. Can I explain the difference between a primary commander and a secondary? Yes. The primary commander influences the troop capacity, which you can see listed over here. And the primary commander has all of their talents apply when they're in battle. The secondary commander brings only their skills to the contribution to the battle. So only the skills of the secondary commander applies, whereas both the talents and the troop capacity apply for the primary, as well as the skills. Is Joan of Arc good for being the main commander and Charles good for being a secondary? You could use Joan of Arc and Charles Martel as like a supporty, tanky unit, and I think that would be okay. I generally have my Joan of Arc specialized for gathering, so I don't know if that would be my first choice. Let's see. More questions.
What's going on, everybody that just came into the stream? Renera Blue Angels. We're actually be closing the stream here in a few minutes, but I appreciate you guys coming through, showing some Rise of Civilizations love here tonight. Chisgule, I'm going to start closing things up over here, man. It obviously doesn't mean the same thing over there. Any last things that we should be talking about before I should say, close out my shop?
You know, I'll probably hang on a little bit longer to make sure I answer everyone's questions. The big thing I would say, and I think we should talk about, is just to make sure that you're saving up. Start saving up for when these new commanders come out. They might be in gold keys. They might be in silver keys. I'm going to be saving mine just in case. Start saving up your universal, legendary, and epic sculptures in case you want to invest in one of those commanders. I think it's a good strategy, and I am really looking forward to this new content, which is what you said, like 10 days away.
10
Sweet.
days. They postponed it. It was supposed to be the 15th, but they said they didn't have it just right. So they're going to fix it up right now.
Love it.
And 10 days from now, we're going to have some new commanders, 6 new commanders, 3 new civilizations. It's exciting, especially for people on the content creation tip like us. We get to talk about something a little bit different.
Dude, this is the best. I haven't even finished making guides for all the commanders that are already here. And we got 10 new commanders. I got to make some commander guides.
We got stuff to do, man.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely do. But your tips are great. I think you're on point. And if people follow your lead, they should be okay in the game with some good guidance. So thanks for coming on with me on my stream today, man. I definitely do appreciate it. And hopefully we can do it again. What's up, Abrawal? Sorry, I said that wrong. Weird name, hard to pronounce, but thanks for coming to the stream. And for everyone else that's been here, thank you so much for coming through. Remember, you should come on over. Hit me up over on Twitter, guys, at Echo. Throw me if you want to hang out. And Chisgule, it's been real, man. Thanks for hanging out, bro.
Hey, Echo, a pleasure as always. Look forward to doing this again with you soon. And I'll stay on and answer more questions.
Sounds good, man. Take care, brother. See you later, everybody else. Take it easy.
All right. So we're going to just rapid fire through a bunch of these questions. First up is, what is a good pairing for Martel? Conventionally, at the legendary tier, it's sort of believed that Richard I and Charles Martel are the best pairing. They're both infantry commanders. They're both very tanky. It's really hard to chew your way through that unit. I also, for Charles Martel, really like, let's see here, I think Sun Tzu's skill damage bonus might increase the effectiveness of his shield, which is kind of interesting because it has a direct damage factor. So I'm pretty sure that works. And Sun Tzu also reduces the percentage of damage taken. And I really like that pairing with Martel because Martel has a shield. So you can extend the durability of that shield by having commanders that reduce the damage taken. I, of course, also think that Ulji Mundok is a fine pairing. And honestly, like, Scipio Africanus is not the worst. You can have a really large army size. You can become really tanky, which again is a really nice combination with Martel's shield. Is it true getting to T5 from City Hall 21 is around 8K US dollars? I have heard that it's something like that. It probably depends on how efficient you are with your purchases. Is El Cid a good commander? Again, I think he's sort of countered in the meta right now, so he's not my first choice. How are you, Chisgule? What's your current rank in the Clarion Call event? We are sitting at 73. Nightcrawler, Bujan, and Babbles are right near the top. Next up is El Cid and Kusunoki a good pair? They're both archer commanders, so off the bat, I really like it. The key is going to be avoiding those cavalry commanders in the open field. And I think the archer units, particularly El Cid, has a lot of movement speed to him, so I think it's kind of interesting. He would not be my first choice for investing, and I would hold all major investments in commanders at this moment in time until we see what the new commanders are and do. No, El Cid is... Yeah, so people have some opinions about El Cid. I don't use him, so it's hard for me to advise too strongly, and I want to caution my advising around that knowledge that I'm not currently using him. Which new commander are you looking forward to with the new update? As soon as I see their skills, I'll tell you who I'm most interested in. Based on their names, I don't know. Doesn't mean anything to me. Do you think hunting barbarians daily or forts is better? It depends on what events are happening. And it also depends on how you've set up your talents. In general, I do forts when there's not a barbarian event, and otherwise I am hunting barbarians. Kingdom is 9 days old and it's already all-out war. Wow, that's incredible. Your videos have helped me defend myself. Cool, good to hear it. Look, if you do not want your troops to die and you're worried about someone attacking your city, just put them in a flag overnight, and as long as they don't have a connecting flag, they can't hurt you. Easy peasy. I've invested in El Cid and don't know what to do. So This is Shield Steel Erp. So I'll say this. El Cid is fine, but I would try to max his first and second skill before you go any further. Optimally, you max the first, then you max the second. If you've already leveled him up a whole bunch, it gets into a much more tricky situation. Tice is saying the first guy, how to say his name, achievement unlocked. Yeah, some of these commanders are hard to pronounce. If not El Cid, who else for an archer commander? Fair question. I personally have used Kusunoki, and you could also use Herman. I prefer Kusunoki because the AoE damage is just so exceptional in Expedition. Will I make vids about the new civilizations the day they come out? Absolutely. Other folks notice that Kusunoki and Herman's a good pairing. Yes, it is. When is it worthwhile to mine gem deposits? I'm not sure that it's ever worthwhile to mine gem deposits. Someone did that during the Mighty Governor event and got a ton of points. There might be something there, but I have not looked into it. Some folks are saying El Cid is underrated. I don't know. I mean, here's what I would say. If El Cid really is worse than other commanders, then what I might consider doing as a developer is putting out a new commander that pairs so well with El Cid that he becomes good. See what I mean? So the whole balance of commanders could shift, and I think that's exciting and awesome. $10,000 is from buying wisdom chests, or is there a mixture of 7-day speed-ups and other bundles? I'm not exactly sure how alphas make their way to tier 5. I have heard that some of the better bundles include the Fountain of Wisdom, and yeah, and obviously King's Coronation, but you can't buy that over and over. I think Fountain of Wisdom is what they're buying, but I'm not sure, so I want to caution that recommendation. I will say that one of the streamers I like to watch is Sinchi42, and on Shinchi's channel, he's got a video where he interviews an alpha who spent a lot of money, and he talks about which of those packs he bought. This person ground out the Lohar event and got 70 green summons and 25 blue summons. Nice. Max Lohar is the way to be. Max that Lohar as soon as possible. Spain unique cavalry is higher than Germany cavalry. I mean, I think they're about even but different. Is Herman Kusunoki a good archer pair? Yes. Who makes the better primary? I think they've got the exact same. So this is actually a good question. So how do you choose a primary? You choose a primary based on the skills and the talents. The talents you choose based on the tree, and the trees are exactly the same for Herman and Kusunoki. So the next question becomes, do I want their skills to be ordered a certain way? Do I want one to go first and then the other to go second? And I don't think I care about the order of their skills here. So Herman does a silence. Maybe you want your silence to go off first. So in that case, you'd use Herman as the primary and Kusunoki as the secondary. The other way to think about it is, which of these commanders do you want to level up a lot, and use that one as the primary. What do I think about Boudicca as a primary and Frederick as the secondary? It doesn't excite me too much, because there's not a ton of synergy. I mean, Boudicca's really good with just about everybody, but I don't know why we're pairing Boudicca with Frederick particularly. So I think you can find some better synergy, is what I'm getting at. Particularly, you got to really exploit the fact that Frederick does this additional skill damage, and you want to go all in on that plan. What do I suggest for a mixed army using Pelagius as your main? I probably wouldn't be using Pelagius as a main for a mixed army, but if you are, then I would make sure you use the skill tree. Who should you have as your second for a mixed army? It almost doesn't matter too much because it's a mixed army. It depends on what you're trying to do. I would need to know more. Like, are you trying to make a DPS unit, a tanky unit? I mean, Pelagius has cavalry skills. He really should be a part of an all-cavalry unit if you can pull it off. Hey, I'm a new character in the second newest realm, and you're at 131,000 power. Cool. What should you be doing early on? You should consider making a jumper account. You should look at videos on how to make a jumper account and consider the experience of your first couple days as like a learning experience and really strongly consider doing the jumper strategy. That would be my advice. Do I normally farm only level 25 barbs? Nah, I hit just anything. Anything that shows up, I run it over because, like, I don't know. I just don't have time to find only 25 barbs. Hey, what are the best commanders for attacking barbs that still generate rage? My favorite include Lohar and Boudicca. They're really exceptional for that. If you have the legendaries, Cao Cao and Minamoto are really good. I'm basically just naming the peacekeepers. If you're lucky enough to get a legendary commander, max the first skill, yes. Before you update their star level, would recommend that. All right. Ooh, all right. Somebody. Cool. Daredevil got Cao Cao. Cao Cao's a pretty sweet commander. Jav Joe is saying they've got Richard at 5521. What a beast. And Martel at 51. I haven't starred Martel because I don't have the sculptures for him. Should I star him up and level him up so I can have more troops? You know, I've got Martel at 5-3. And even at 5-3-1-1, I still think that potentially my max skill Kusunoki is better for city defense, especially against a swarm. So I don't think we're quite at this point where like 5-1 is 5-1-1-1. I don't think is better than a maxed epic. So I wouldn't worry too much about Martel, and I would try to max that second skill before you go any further. That's what I'm doing. And the reason I say max the second skill is that you can see it starts out as a 5% boost, then it goes up by 2%, goes up by 2%, and then it goes up by 3% and 3%. So you get more bang for your buck if you max out that second skill before you proceed any further. All right, who wins, Chisgule or Last Swagger? I mean, hopefully we're on the same side. Chisgule, what bundles do I usually buy? I've been playing around a lot with the holiday bundles, and I try. Let me see here. I have purchased kind of an unbelievable amount of the daily gem supply. That like 30-day gem supply is so good. That 30-day I can't talk. The 30-day gem supply is really good. Tremendous value for the money that you spend, and that's generally the trade-off. When you spend a lot of money to get a lot of goodies right away, you get less stuff than you would over the course of, for instance, 30 days, but you get it all right now, which ends up being kind of worth it. I have Richard the First at 5-3-1-1 and Martel at 5-5-1-1. Nice. Both level 40 at 4 stars. Which one makes more sense to 5-star first? I usually run Martel infantry and Richard defense. Gosh. Well, this is an interesting question. I think my question to you would be, which one do you want to put more sculptures into? Where are you focusing? And I would level up that one more than the other one. They both have the same skill trees, so materially, it doesn't matter if you're using Richard the First or Martel. I powered up Richard the First because I was using him all the time with Lohar to battle Barbarians as a part of a tank unit. So that made the decision really easy for me personally. What is the best secondary Garrison commander? Well, I think the very best setup is probably Martel with Richard. And I think you put Martel as primary and then Richard as secondary, I think is the way people have described it, but I would have to think about that a little more. Oh man, Spooby in the channel. What's going on, Spooby? Good to see you. I'm so far behind on chat. Holy moly. The fun thing about doing this with Echo is that we have so much to talk about, but I do end up really far behind in chat. What is the best commander pair for an archer army? Probably El Cid with Yi Seong-Ye at the legendary tier. Honestly, that would probably be the best pairing. All right, best Garrison commander pair. I think it's Martel and Richard. That's the way to go. All right, let's see here. When using Pelagius as my main for a mixed army, who should be the secondary with him? I feel like maybe I answered that question already. All right, we're cruising along. Yeah, maybe I did answer that question already. Fabrian says, Yeah, will you change your kingdom after the update? I'm not aware of a way to change the kingdom. Do I have an archer set up? Nah, I don't use archers. As weird as that sounds, I don't. They live in my city. I run around with them occasionally. I really don't do anything with archers. Spooby, yeah, I hit 8,000 subs recently. It's pretty incredible. I am like very humbled. Chisgule, when we unlock new legendary commanders, when we get the new... Oh, ooh. Okay, so this is an interesting point. Flipping Coin says that, like, look, if there are new legendary commanders, and I assume some of the new commanders are legendary, then when we unlock them, are they going to give us that $5 pack purchase option for 10 legendary commander sculptures? I bet they will, and I personally will be buying that. Let's see. Thoughts on Pelagius Joan combo? Love it. Pelagius and Joan is great. There's a lot of rage restoration. Joan is the secondary. Pelagius is the primary for the skill tree, and then go into cavalry. Cryptic Gamer thinks Cleo is better than Boudicca. That is interesting. If you're supporting a lot of friendly armies, I think that's very relevant. I think that's definitely relevant. Spooby making a joke that his Richard is at 66623. Nice, Spooby. That's I mean, I don't know. Are they gonna eventually raise the skill cap? That's a thing they could do. I don't know. That seems unlikely to me. That little statement's going to go down in history when they raise the skill cap where you can take skills to like 10 when it's like Chisgule said they never would do it. Thanks, Spooby. Nice to see you. I think it's 6 commanders that are new, not 10. Yep, that's right. Okay. You got to be like me, Chisgule. Only 17 people in your chat with no hopes of... Oy vey. Spooby was so kind to me when I was just getting started. You all should check out Spooby's channel. He and I have some hilarious collaboration videos where, like, honestly, if there was like rap music in the background, we did like a battle of the AoE commanders with Sun Tzu and Kusunoki. It was a really sweet video. We should do more videos, Spooby. We should do a key battle. That's what we should do. We should do a key battle. Echo, will the primary commander with the ability Flex, and Spooby is a primary commander with Chest Pound, buffing attack 10%. Spooby does rock that Chest Pound. Should I buy the King's Coronation? The King's Coronation is really good value if you want to get a pack that has a bunch of goodies in it right now. You get better value if you can be patient with a 30-day gem supply. But it takes 30 days. All right. YSG is very good at clearing barbarians. Yes, I believe it. Is the rage tanking build for Lohar and Boudicca for killing barbarians? Primarily, yes. You could use Joan of Arc as the primary in a PvP context, and I think that would be pretty cool. Scipio and Julius or Scipio and Martel? I prefer Scipio and Julius for the increased troop capacity, and use an army expansion, and you're just going to have a huge army. Totally monster. Ghost Rider 1982. I'm in Kingdom 52 to be seeing you one day in the KVK battlefield. Very likely. Watch our alpha, Slody, and his 10 million T5 troops. Wow. I hope there'll be some amount of diplomacy in, KVK. Maybe a bunch of us can work together. All right. I think we made it through all of the questions, or most of them. Sometimes the chat jumps around, so it's a little hard to see. How many Dragon Lancer heads do I have? Pfft, dude. I have so many sculptures of Dragon Lancer. Let's see. 528 to answer your question. Is Minamoto and Caesar a good pairing? It could be. It could be all right. So if you use Caesar as the primary, so his skill goes off first, and it increases the damage of Minamoto's nuke. I've heard that that's kind of strong. The thing I dislike about that is I really like to have the skill tree on my attackers, but you could run Caesar and Minamoto and have just a ton of cavalry. Yeah, that's a thing. All right. Any final questions before we wrap this thing up? I had a lot of fun doing this. And maybe if you've got any videos you would like to see, leave a comment on what it is that you want to hear about. And I will see if I can try to do that sometime. Do I know when the new clan battlegrounds will come out? I believe they come out in 2 weeks. So that's pretty exciting. Hi, I own Ulji Mundok and I just started. What do I skill for it? So if you can, with Ulji Mundok, you really want to max out the first skill, then level them up to at least 20 to unlock the third skill before you start putting more skill points onto them. What's my talent tree for Boudicca? I'm pretty happy with Boudicca's talent tree. I made maybe one mistake over here. I started moving talents over here toward the march speed, and I realized I didn't have Killer Instinct maxed, so mistakes were made. But otherwise, pretty happy about this tree. Spooby, is it possible to max legendary commanders? Yes, it is possible. It just takes tremendous commitment. Tremendous commitment. My alliance just took all 6 altars in our provinces. Wow, very impressive. Spooby is recommending having epic commanders maxed. You should. Definitely like doing that. I don't know, Spooby. Maybe we should do a chest opening when this new set of commanders comes out. I think that'd be kind of fun. Whew. All right, my friends. I think we answered most of the questions. If I missed a couple, I do really apologize. If you leave a comment on the video, I will try to answer those. If I did miss questions, it looks like YouTube gives me some analytics. We were getting an average of 14 messages a minute, so there was a lot to keep up with here. I really enjoyed having you on this stream. And if you like when I stream, please do like and subscribe. For those of you who made donations, thank you so much. It's so humbling to receive those, and I'm so very appreciative. And until next time, my friends, you have fun smashing the kingdom.